Hey budget gardeners, Vita Loca here. Join me today as I show you how to collect the seeds from a globe thistle plant. So let's go. Globe thistle, also known as Echinops, is hardy here where I live in New Hampshire Zone 5B. When it bloomed during the early summer months, it was so beautiful. It had a blue color to it and it had a nice round spiky shape to it. It's definitely a plant that catches a lot of attention anytime anyone visits my garden. When the plant was blooming, it was filled with lots of bees all over it. And ever since the globe thistle has gone to seed, I've noticed that the golden finches have really been feasting on the seeds. I have plenty of plants for the birds to feast on, so I feel comfortable taking some seeds off of my globe thistle plant. I wanted to show you this one here. A lot of the seed pods have already fallen to the ground. I can still harvest the seed pods from the ground, but I just wanted to show you that most of them are missing here. We're going to go ahead and harvest this entire flower head. Since it's kind of prickly, I don't feel comfortable just pulling it off. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to clip it off using my hand pruners. And just when I did that, all of the seed pods started to fall off. So let's go ahead and start harvesting the seeds out of these seed pods. I'm just going to go ahead and remove the rest of the seed pods away from the stem. And we can get rid of the stem now. And what we're left with here are all of the seed pods. One thing I've noticed about collecting the seeds from these seed pods is not every single seed pod will have a seed in it. And if it does have a seed, it will most likely just be one seed per seed pod. Here's what the seed pod looks like. And if you pull back the sides of the seed pod, you will find the seed in there. See that little tiny creamy white colored thing in the center? That is the seed. And I'm just going to pull that out. And here you can see the seed pod next to the seed. It's actually a pretty large size seed, and only one seed was inside of that seed pod. In past years, I used to sow the entire seed pod because I assumed that that was the seed. But I've learned now that the seed is inside of the seed pod. And also I learned that there aren't multiple seeds inside of each seed pod. And then the final thing I've learned is that sometimes the seed that is there is not a good or a seed that will germinate. So it really is best to try to collect as many seeds as you can in hopes that at least some of them will germinate for you. I'm planning to winter sow these seeds because after all, a lot of perennials require what's called a cold stratification period. Although you could give the seeds a cold stratification period in your refrigerator, so you can also research that a little bit if you want to. And you can see I'm just pulling the sides back, and when I do that, the seed just pops out, or you might need to pull the seed out. And when I touch the seed and press down on it, I'm noticing that it feels kind of hard when I press it. So we have quite a few seed pods left here, and then I'm actually going to get the seed pods that have fallen to the ground, and I'm going to collect the seeds from those seed pods as well, because I want to have as many seeds as I can so I can winter sow them this year. What you're looking at now is a close-up of what the seeds as well as the seed pods look like. And I've put a ruler there just so you can see what the dimensions of the seed is. If you want to see my process for sowing the globe thistle seeds using the winter sowing process, then please consider subscribing to my channel because I'll be making a video later this season showing you the process for doing that. One thing I've learned about globe thistle is it's not a perennial that easily self-seeds or self-sows. And it's also not a perennial that clumps together season after season so that I can easily divide it. So for me, the best way to propagate this plant is through seeds. I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever grown globe thistle from seed? And if so, how successful were you? Did you buy the seeds or did you collect the seeds yourself? Please drop a note down in the comment section below. I have a lot of other videos showing the process for collecting seeds as well as how to start seeds. And I also have a playlist on winter sowing. I'll be sure to link all of those videos down in the description below. And until the next video, make it a great day with gardening.